Go.
Well, it's that time of year where everybody is digging around in their yard and getting their gardening done, but there are a few things you need to beware of.
Uh-oh. Leslie Hudson, she's got the goggles on this morning. She's on the weather deck with some very important safety tips. Hey there. What do you got, a gas mask?
You look like a fighter pilot with that on.
Do I sound like a Darth Vader?
Top gun, yeah.
Well, we are talking safety, absolutely, you guys, because what we want to do is for those of us like myself, who we call AP, we're accident prone, we want to get the safety tips. So Nate, the garden guru, is here to give us some great tips before you get out in your yard. And I was so excited to see you in my last weather. I came out here too early. So now we're going to talk about safety tips.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, listen, here's the thing. Is with safety, we always got to think safety first when you talk about the yard work or whatever. And there's a company called 811. It's call before you dig. And before you start digging, you don't want to cut any power lines. You don't want to cut any cable lines. How could you watch Fox 35 if you don't have any cable?
Of course.
Right?
It'd be tragic.
See that, folks? So here's the thing. It's call 811. Another thing is think about what you're going to do before you do it. In other words, like when you're cutting down tree limbs, I see people cutting down tree limbs. If it's larger than your arm or your leg, you want to maybe think about calling a professional. But if you're going to start it yourself, if you're going to do it yourself, whatever, think about the things around you. Look at the fall zone. Make sure that it's not going to hit any power lines. Like we had landscapers not too long ago. They let his guard down. They got electrocuted. They have some problems there. So think about what you're going to do. Other things you're going to do.
What about this big guy? Because is this something that one person should be handling or two people should be handling?
Well, this is a one-person show for like smaller items if you wanted to, and you could actually do this by yourself, or it helps to have some things, somebody holding the branches for you if you can.
Okay. And you've got some protective gear?
I got some protective gear for some chemicals. Other things is I've seen, a lot of people around have seen literally, like people spreading like chemicals around with, all this stuff is made to kill something. So you want to make sure that you're thinking first,
Of course.
So I've seen people like holding a bag and like tossing it out, and that kind of thing. I know you're best chicken feeder in the world. I know that. Okay, got to think. I got it. But this isn't chicken feed. This stuff is made to kill somebody, so you want to make sure you're following the bag carefully.
So you can use these masks.
Yeah.
And this one I'm holding seems pretty heavy duty, though. What would you use this one for?
Well,
other than to scare your neighbors?
Some of the fumigators and some of the other spray things or whatever. Just think precaution. And if it says it on the bottle or whatever, you want to use like a hat, like what you're wearing right over that way.
Good sunblock.
Yeah, sunblock, and also if you have things falling on your head, or if you're spraying or whatever, if you're spraying trees up above. Also for respirators and that kind of stuff, you want to just so you don't breathe in this stuff. And also on all of the bottles that are here, they all say wear long pants.
Yep.
So you've seen the people out there, they're wearing flip-flops and shorts and walking and tossing this stuff around. You got to think about it. So here's another thing. It's like, like household things, like mothballs. Those are harmful. It says it right on the box, right there, harmful.
And they smell terrible.
They smell terrible, exactly right.
And don't forget your galoshes you have here and gloves. This is all great gear that you should always remember. You may look a little silly, but you're being safe, and that's what we're talking about. Safety first.
Safety first, exactly.
All right, these are all great tips, Nate. Thank you so much for filling us in, and I may wear this on my drive home today. I'm sure the police would love that. And anyways, you can check out Nate on Facebook, and you can also go to his website at NateTheGardenGuru.com.